Hi, I'm Splashes, and this is my first Minecraft video, and it's my first time really playing Minecraft in quite a while. I'm making this video because False Symmetry, one of the YouTubers I really enjoy watching, requested a design for a 4x4 sand door in which there's little stuff on this side, and this side, and the top, so everything needs to be able to fit underneath. I attempted 4 different tries. The first 3 use the same principle. The fourth one uses a different principle. Unfortunately, it doesn't appear to work. It causes the sand to phase through itself. 2 major things I learned which are important for this. You need to set everything up in series, not in parallel. And you cannot use slime blocks because you'll very quickly hit the piston push limit, which is annoying. So, to make this, you will need the following items. Bunch of redstone blocks, some redstone dust. I used 12 redstone torches, 36 sticky pistons, 12 normal pistons, some button or other source to start it off. I used 27 redstone repeaters, 16 gravity affected blocks of your choice, as well as I used colored wool in order to label what is what. It makes looking at the circuit a lot easier to understand what's going on, and you'll get confused a lot less easily. Basic idea is relatively simple. You have 3 slime pistons in a row, and the top piston is a normal piston. If you use a sticky piston on the top, even if it running at this speed, which works fine with the normal piston, the sand phases through itself and gets stuck and breaks the door, and sometimes randomly winds up underneath the piston. I don't understand it. Maybe someone who knows this game more would. But this would essentially be in the down position. Put in the up position, apply power to the sides of the pistons. Because we do not have any slime blocks here, the pistons are directly against each other, which is why we have to use these redstone blocks rather than the redstone dust. Because with the redstone dust, when these things are in the closed position, it will randomly activate one or the other piston, which causes the whole door to break. I know, I tried quite a few times. It was frustrating. Use redstone use the redstone blocks, which is annoying because it also means we need a ludicrous amount of pistons. In order to take this thing down, remove the power source. Remove the power source. This is sticky, it pulls it down. This one pulls this one down, but it doesn't pull this one down. So reapply the power source, that pulls it down. Take the power source away, apply, remove, and now it's down. So the first important thing to do is to chart when things happen, in what order they need to happen. So step 1 is pull this piston down. Step 2, pull this piston down. Step 3, pull this piston down. Step 4, push this piston up. Step 5, well, still part of step 4 really, is to pull this piston down. Step 5 is to pull this piston down. 6 is up and down. 7, up, down, and now you're in the closed position. And then to reset, 1, 2, 3, 4. On my build here, I labeled them with signs. The signs are on the other side, and I used colors from red to blue to indicate what the circuit's for. So 1, 2, 3 and 7, 4, 5, 6, and this is 7 over here. The blue is the reset circuit, and the white is the main circuit. So with that, I will go ahead and get a preliminary setup with this thing, with the wool and the numbers. I'll be right back. Okay, so I've labeled the events in which things occur. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Note that 3 and 7 occur on the same level, which is why they have this alternating pattern. Events 4, 6, and 7 are push-up, pull-down events, where events 1, 2, 3, and 5 are roll pull-down events. I've also gone ahead and put in the basic shape of the door. Of course, this is only one wide. You can make this however wide you want it to be. I do not think there is a limit on that, though the limit building upwards is a 6 high door. So if you follow the steps, 1, 2, 3, apply release, 4, 5, apply release, 6, apply release, 7. It's in the bottom, and we now have our pathway that we can walk through. The standard is going to be having all of these open, though, for a closed door, since generally you want a door closed, not open. In order to do that, we go ahead and switch over to putting sticky pistons along here, and these sticky pistons, when there is no input signal, are going to be open, which in order to do that, we just stick a NOT gate in front of it and call it a day. So I will go get those materials, and as well as I will stick our button up here, because button. Yay! Okay, so in each of these spots we have sticky pistons. They're all currently in the off position. That's because we haven't actually set anything up yet. We need redstone, 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 redstone. So as over here, more. Wait, no, that's actually right. We have sticky pistons that remain in the off position. Okay. So I'll go ahead and quickly extend this out. Let me just grab the red wool, and then we can come back in to me after having finished the NOT gate. And if I go ahead and apply power, you see that the door retracts, which is what we want. We'll repeat this along all these things for all of the pullback events. So event 1, 2, 3, and 5. Events 4, 6, and 7, we don't. And with that, the NOT gates are in place. Note that because this row has 2 events occurring, events 3 and event 7, you have 2 separate things, or you have 2 separate pathways leading up to it. Pathway for event 3 and pathway for event 7. Now that this is done, the next step is we can go ahead and start working on getting this redstone signal out. Unfortunately, that is quite a long redstone signal, and with these push-up, pull-down events, we want something that's fast. Otherwise, the whole thing lags, or the whole thing's slow, and you don't want to be standing there forever waiting for a door. So I'm going to use white wool for my main bus, and let me just make sure that this is. Nope. Put this in the right spot now. Put stuff on there. Click it on. Cool. That works. In reality, you'd go ahead and probably stick this further down. There is a fair bit of room in here. You can have it sort of spiral down if you want to, though unfortunately there isn't any nice way to transfer power downwards. So I'm just going to stick it on the side, and you can figure out how to, yeah, just transfer it down a little bit. So this is our basic setup. This will create a pulse shortener. So use this to invert the signal. Drop redstone in the corners, redstone here. Use that to make another NOT gate. And then use a 1 length repeater here, and the 3 length repeater here, and the 3 length repeater here. And just a simple piece of redstone there. So now, when I go ahead and press this button, you see it blips on for just a second, which is what we want. However, because this thing only blips on for a second, it means that these things won't stay powered off, because it then inverts the signal again. It won't stay powered off like it needs to, and will immediately flick back on. So, what we have over here, more pistons that push more redstone blocks in order to connect with the redstone circuit, and it maintains the power on. And then we have a diode here to prevent the power backflowing, as well as, since these two things are touching, preventing it from powering this redstone. So I will quickly get that set up. That shouldn't take long. Piston. And I'm using blue wool for the... I mean, you could argue that this is part of the main, or the individual colors, or the reset. Doesn't really matter. Just you do you. I'm just going to extend all these one, which is should probably use the right colors actually. The downside of color coding, you have to constantly switch colors, and this little toolbar, I'm great at speaking. This little toolbar isn't big enough. Okay, so anyway, what we have is, let's just climb up to this red one. I'm so stupid. Okay, there we go. So we have a redstone block there, and these are all normal pistons. These are not sticky pistons. And the reason for that, if you use a sticky piston, it will retract your thing, and you don't want it to do that. Yeah, could you not? I'm great at this. Okay, there we go. So now this bus doesn't even have to connect to the red itself, because it will power this piston. So if we go ahead and power this on, you can see, press it, piston moves, thing shifts down by 1. So step 1 has been completed. Let me go ahead, push it back, and it goes back up. So all we have to do is just repeat that process, which is a relatively simple thing to do. I will be right back once I have finished putting in all the pistons, and then I can explain timing and stuff. Okay, so I've gone ahead and extended the main bus here to to all of the things, because steps 1, 2, 3, and 5 are just straight pullback steps and not fire release. These push the pistons. The ones that do not push pistons are the ones that are fire and release. Like these ones are just connected by just a straight redstone signal. They don't have this thing that basically locks the signal in an on position. Now the next important thing is timing. In order to time these things, just get some redstone repeaters. Just drop them between each thing, like that. I think I had to use 1 or 2 for most of these things. Yeah, I used 1. So, here's one. This redstone signal runs around to here's 2. And you want to make sure that each time you have a redstone repeater, or each time you have a redstone repeater between each of the steps. And you will need additional repeaters to prevent backflow. So then this connects down to step 3. So we can go ahead and drop in a repeater there, set it to 1. This continues on to step 4. So we can go ahead, flop over here, stick a repeater in. Now, one of the things I found is that you need a repeater on these push and release ones, or else it starts a oscillating motion where some mechanic of redstone, that as this thing pushes out and contacts this and pushes this up, it sends a signal backwards. So you just need this as a diode, which means we actually don't want any time reduction on this. And because of that, we may actually want to remove the time reduction on this when we go through the troubleshooting. So that is step 4. This continues on down to step 5, which is down here. So we can go ahead and pop that in there, which then continues on to step 6. So pop that off. Boop. Again with step 4. Oops. Drop down a repeater to prevent the backflow. And then this continues on all the way up over here to step 7, where you will also need a repeater. However, because of the geometry of this, step 7 always just seems to be really long. So you will probably need a repeater anyway in order to extend your signal. So that's where the last signal, actually no, the last signal comes from a little bit earlier than that. Let's go ahead and pop this down here. See how far it extends. Okay, it looks like it extends up to here. Just drop a repeater down. Is the signal extended? Okay, yep, and the... I can't tell. No. No, it's not. Okay. Drops a repeater down here. That extends the signal out to here, which should hopefully reach up to... Nope, doesn't. Okay, we need a second repeater. Just pop that in there, and now that works. We can pop this on, and everything's fine and dandy now. And now we can fly back over here, pop this thing out. In hindsight, I should have put it on this side of the repeater, because that'll make it at full strength, and just make sure that this thing's actually running again. Yep, that is lit up. It does light up from... Okay, yeah. That thing is still lit up. I really don't know my redstone that well. So now we can come down under here, pop this out, and if we come over to here, this is clear. Nope, this is not clear. Why are you out? Oh, this... I forgot to wire up. So, very professional, very good of me. Excellent. Why are you not on, actually? You should be on. Oh, because you were on the wrong side, and I haven't built the reset circuit yet. Okay, so let's go ahead and... Now everything is in its starting position. So we can go ahead and... Well, before we do test firing of it, we will go ahead and build the reset circuit. The reset circuit is really simple. You just have wherever the last repeater was. Really, for this one, it doesn't matter as much how you do your end circuit where it comes off of. So I'm just going to pop it off of here. What am I doing? Grab some, since we're just going to be funneling the power up. Oh, I actually need space. Now let me just stick some wool on there. Yeah, that's fine. just put in some sort of clock. There's plenty of clock designs. I have no idea how to make a clock, so I just use a pile of repeaters and call it a day. I am really great at placing blocks too. Just pop this up and over. Pop that drop. Suck. There we go. Pop that back down and boop, boop. And we go ahead and oops, just repeaters. Repeaters are probably the laziest way to do this, but until we can figure out how to make a clock work, this is probably just your best bet, my best bet. Okay, and so there we have the reset circuit, and now we need to make it so that all of these things climb up. And in addition, you need to fire these one at a time. If you fire them all at the same time, the thing's not going to work because you cannot push an extended piston. So you have to fire 1, 2, 3, 4. We're continuing on the events list that we had before. Event 8, Event 9, Event 10, and Event 11. Easiest way to get stuff up, just use the old slab trick. So grab some stone slabs. Make a wall of wool, because you're terrible at actually putting stone slabs in their place without just completely messing everything up. So power, 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 power. Oh, that's not brilliant, it's off by 1. It's just, you didn't see that. Just shift it over by 1. And then we go slab, 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 slab. I guess I don't need this top one, I think. I probably do. Oh. Wait. What? I'm confused. This is why I should not be allowed to use redstone, which is Minecraft in general. So, admittedly, my block my block placement. I don't even know where the R came from. My block placement is not brilliant here. Yeah, my block placement really sucks. But I'm just going to ignore that and try to figure out how to get power over here. Just gonna run the power back here. Yeah, that's good enough. I should have built this one high off the ground. And this part isn't supposed to be difficult. There's nothing particularly clever or interesting happening here, except that I have no idea how to use redstone, apparently. Which we knew already, so not really a surprise. Let's pop those off. Pop that one off. And let's hope this works. 1, 2. 1, 2. 1, 2. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 3. Okay. And with that, the reset circuit is done. This one deploys immediately. This one 2 ticks later. This one 4 ticks later. And then this one 6 ticks later. And so if everything worked out, which I'm sure it hasn't, you can move on to troubleshooting, which I guess is just the next step. You can skip this step if you actually did it right. So let's try it. So it was actually pretty close. If you go ahead and move that back slowly again, it looks like step 7, I think it's either step 7 or step 4 is occurring too fast. Let's come over here. Oh right, I didn't put a delay there. Put 1 tick there, and I think you needed 2 ticks on the step 4 delay for some reason when I actually made this. Right there. Yeah, okay. But you get the idea. You just have to play around with the timing, and the best way to do it is just disarm all of these lower ones. So just first disarm step 7. Okay. Or disarm step 7, disarm step 6, disarm step 5, except when you disarm step 5, because this thing has to stay on, just drop a block there. Disarm step 4. So we'll just test steps 1 through 3. 2. Okay, so steps 1 through 3 worked. It's basically finished where we expect it to. So now we add on step 4. The nice thing about the reset circuit is it resets itself each time. Up to step 4 works. Now we add in step 5. And trigger it again. Step 5 works. Now we add in step 6. Step 6 works. Now we just add in step 7 to see if everything works. I'm going to try slowing down step 7 slightly, because I think I had that problem before. And yep, there we go. Not sure why that makes a difference, but sometimes slowing down steps helps. And when you're all said and done, you should have something that looks like this. You can head on into the door. I made of some nice pretty concrete because I like purple and magenta and pink. They're great colors. And it drops down. You can walk across, and then it goes back up. Though, in hindsight, the way I made this specific one with the block layout, I can't stick another button in. So you're locked out. But that's how you make a 4x4 sand piston door. Using this process, you can make a piston door up to 6 blocks tall, and assuming you do not want to have a delay between the centers and the sides, in theory you could make this up to 30 blocks wide. Well, good luck. Thanks for watching. This was a lot of fun, and I think I might try this again sometime, or some other challenge. Maybe I can figure out how to actually make a timing device that isn't just seas of redstone repeaters everywhere. Bye!